Alright, hi. Today we're reading Southern Railway System that gives a green light to innovations, Locomotive Troubleshooting Handbook, the Assistant Vice President Mechanical, your table of contents. You have an introduction, notices on 2, page 1 through 3, general terms, page 4, GP40X, block diagram, page 5 through 6, GP40X, equipment location, page 7 through 10, GPX40, module information, page 11, the dynamic brake cutout, page 12, module testing points, page 13, GP30 and 35, directional control, page 14, GP30-35, power control, page 15 through 24, GP35 equipment location, page 25, GP38 direction control, page 26, GP38 power control, page 27 through 30, GP38 equipment location, page 37 equipment, GP38 directional, GP38-2 directional control, page 38, GP38-2 power control, page 39, GP38-2 excitation system voltages, page 40 through 42, GP38-2 equipment locations, page 43, SD35 direction control, page 44, SD35 power control, page 45 through 55, SD35 equipment location, page 56, SD40 directional control, page 57, SD power control, page 58, SD40 excitation system voltages, page 59 through 62, SD40 equipment location, page 63, SD45 directional control, page 64, SD44 45 power control, page 65, SD45 excitation system voltages, page 66 through 76, SD45 equipment location, page 77, SD42 directional control, page 78, SD42 power control, page 79, SD42 excitation system voltages, page 80 through 83, SD42 equipment location, and page 84 through 88 cost estimating locomotives. Alright, your introduction. This manual has been prepared to serve the guide for the Southern Railway personnel engaged in the operation and maintenance of the Southern-owned diesel electric locomotive. The contents are divided in 3 sections. Follow the general information provided, terms functional purpose of the various locomotive components, circular flow diagrams, steering method and cutting out the dynamic brakes, and locomotive information provided, flow diagrams for power, direction control, and basic road power within the Southern Fleet component location charts. Part price list provides individual price breakdown on various external mounted components to enable the better estimates of the wreckage damage. Alright, notice the data appearing in this manual is intended for the guide as aid of the troubleshooting Southern-owned road locomotives. The material includes applicable basic locomotive power direction control circuit that should encounter the problems in other circuit locomotives of the dynamic brake, wheel slip, etc. Consult with the specific prints and or drawings in order to correct the malfunction. No, under no circumstance will the Southern Railway personnel authorized to attempt rewiring of the locomotive using the information contained herein. In the event of the rewiring is necessary, the only specifically authorized locomotive schematics will be used. Alright, your general information. General legend electrical reference. The following general legend of the reference designation with a long dash that long dash means the numerical numbers for the appear with the designation used in a specific wire diagram. Symbols appearing in alphanumeric order of the letters of the alphabet, taking first position followed with a numeric represented with a long dash. This list is generally all the reference diagrams due to the necessary appear on the given wire diagram. So once again, that long dash means the numerals appear with the designation used in a specific wire diagram. Alright, ALT is your auxiliary D14 alternator, AGR automatic ground reset relay, AN announcer module, ASR alarm silence relay, B brake power contact, BATT storage battery 64 volt DC, BCT brake current transducer, BKS brake handle switch, BR long dash brake relay, BVRT throttle 5 auxiliary relay, CA long dash capacitor, CCR compressor control relay, CCS compressor control switch, CDR contactor delay relay, COR motor cutout relay, CR long dash rectifier, CR long dash BC battery charging rectifier, CR long dash GR ground relay rectifier, CRL compressor relay, CT long dash current transformer, DBI dynamic brake interlock. Alright, your DC long dash brake gridding shorting contactor, DE long dash extended range dynamic braking control module, DGT dynamic brake grid transducer, GGX dynamic grid excitation relay, DD long dash brake grid protection module, DP dynamic brake protective module, DP long dash dynamic brake pilot relay, DR dynamic long dash dynamic brake regulator module, EBR electronic bell relay, EBT electrical blowdown timer, EFL engine filter latching relay, EFS engine filter switch, ELT excitation limiter transducer, EL long dash excitation limit module, EQP equipment protective relay, ER engine run relay, ESR engine stop relay, ESS emergency standing switch, ETS engine temperature switch, FBR filter blow relay, FCR fan control relay, FCT field current transducer, FC long dash fan contactor, FFCT field forcing current transformer, FFS fuel filter switch, FOR forward direction relay, FPC fuel pump contactor, FPCR fuel pump contactor relay, fuel pump control relay, FP long dash ES fuel prime engine start switch, FPR fuel pump relay, FSR field shunt relay, FSR A field shunt auxiliary relay, field FS long dash field shunt contactor, FS long dash field shunt module, FTX forward transition auxiliary relay, FES filter vacuum switch, GFA generated field auxiliary contactor, GFC general field contactor, GFD general field DK to contactor, GFX general field auxiliary relay, GOV governor, GPT general potential transformer, GR ground relay, GV long dash generator voltage module, GX long dash generator excitation module, IPS independent pressure switch, IS isolation switch, LOT lube oil transfer relay, LR load regulator, LS locomotive spotting contactor, LTT load test transfer switch, LW long dash locked wheels module, LWR locked wheel relay, LWX locked wheel auxiliary relay, MB motor brake transfer switch. Alright, MCOX, motor cutout auxiliary relay, MCO long dash motor cutout relay, MR motoring relay, MRA motor relay, auxiliary MRD motor relay, delay relay, MSS manual sailing switch, MV long dash HA air horn magnet valve, MV long dash CC computer control magnet valve, MV DBI long dash DBI dynamic braking interlocking magnet valve, MV long dash OS overspeeding magnet valve, MV long dash SH shorter control magnet valve, MV 1884 88 A80 filter blowdown magnet valves, MV dash long dash SF forward standing magnet valve, MV S dash long dash reverse standing magnet valve, NLL no load limiting relay, NLLD no load limiting delay relay, NIR normal idle relay, NVR no AC voltage relay, OCP open grid circuit protective roll relay, ORS overriding solenoid, PCR pneumatic control relay, PCS pneumatic control switch, PF long dash performance control module, PR parallel relay. Alright, PRA, para relay auxiliary, PRX, parallel relay auxiliary, P long dash power control, parallel power contactor, PR radiator spray relay, RC long dash rate control module, RE long dash resistor, RE to long dash BC battery charging resistor, RE slash DB dynamic braking control relay, BRE slash GRD dynamic braking resistor, RER reverse directional relay, RHS reverse handle switch, RH dash rheostat, RLR rate load relay, RLTD rated load time delay relay, RS radiator spray switch, RVH RVF, transfer switch forward relay, RV long dash directional transfer switch, SA long dash sanding module, SB long dash sensor bypass module, SCR is generator excitation controlled rectifier, SE long dash sensor module, SHS selector handle switch, SLR single light relay reset relay, SM long dash starting motor, SBX, SBY series parallel auxiliary relays, SC starting contactor, SCA starting auxiliary contactor, OS long dash series power contactor, TA, TB, TC temperature sensing switches, TDLO time delay loop oil transfer relay, TDR transition delay relay, THL throttle limiting relay, THS throttle handle switch, TH long dash throttle response module, TLPA turbo lube pump auxiliary relay, TLPR turbo lube pump relay, TLTD turbo lube time delay relay, TLP turbo lube pump motor, traction motor long dash, TR is TR long dash transition control module, TSR transfer switch relay, T long dash transformer, VR voltage regulator module, WL wheel slip relay, WO long dash wheel overspeed module, WS long dash wheel speed control module, WST long dash wheel slip transducer. All right, here is a GP40X black diamond excitation auxiliary pumping wire. Start out with here's your traction motors, and then it goes into AX, which AX is that goes to motors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the where is it? You're just gonna have to bear with me. Here's parallel traction motors, main generator, field generator, CTS, which would be some kind of control transformer, silicone rectifier, DB throttles, throttle position, LC, DR, your dynamic braking regulators, DE, extended dynamic braking control modules, DP, dynamic braking pilot relay. And then SA would be a standing relay, radar, your 16 volt standing switch, fast discharge switch, discharge, lower power standing, EN sealing, NS, SS cutout. So that is your excitation and power control unit for the GP 40X. And then along this route, you see your terminal boards, your TSRs, your transition switch, NVR ground. These are the switches. We'll just bus generator. All right, rectifier. This is also a electrical cabinet rear view. Terminal boards down the middle, and then we'd have all your different from DE, auxiliary dynamic braking control module, dynamic protective module, dynamic braking regulator module, MSN, and like plug switch, automatic drain, rectifier blower motor. All right. So those are your oscillation generator and your GPX control cabinet. Look at GPX 40 module X, GP40X module information. The annunciator module. Various factions with the 15 volt DC control modules are provided with the announcer module AN102 with the fault signal with the result of the turn of the fault with the indication located with the module faceplate. With the AN102 module has provision of the 6 separate fault indication. Clearing of the fault will be no reset of the fault, but the indication light with the fault indication light remains on until the module is is receptive to the 15-volt DC input with the module is interrupted. Current maximizing module. The current maximizing module of the TM100 monitors average motor current with 150 amps of the volt at the receptacle at 8 with the change of the output resistance between the receptacles 5 and 6 of the E of the increase of the decrease of the resistance if the change with the result of the increase of the average motor current, and another change of the resistance will be made with the same direction if the change results in a decrease with no change in the average motor current, but the change of the resistance will be made with the opposite of the direction if the change with the resistance is made about once each second. Therefore, the resistance changes are made with the necessary to maintain the operation at the near the peak of the friction creep curve. Your dynamic braking protection module. The DP100 module provides the dynamic protective function over the grid, over the current of the grid, over excitation of the grid, open circuit of the grid, over the current of the function, receive the signal proportional of the dynamic brake grid current, and interrupt the feed from the equipment relay, ECQP relay with limiting the value of about 820 amperes is reached. The function provided the backup protection in case of the dynamic braking regulator module fails to relate the grid current. Extended range dynamic braking module. When operating with the dynamic brake with the peak of the braking of the effort speed with the traction motor field with the current is approximately 875 amps of the torque, and the traction motor amperage current with the dynamic braking grid current is approximately 760 amps. At the track speeds of the braking with the effort speed with the ZR100 module with the dynamic braking regulator module regulates the traction motor field current that is necessary to limit the braking effort speed with the dynamic braking module to regulate the DR100 module. It regulates the traction motor field with the current that is necessary to limit the braking grade current with approximately 760 amp with the track speed below the peak of the braking effort speed. Traction motor field current is limited to about 875 amp of the dynamic braking grid current with the decrease of the track speed with the decrease of the braking effort with the maintain with a relatively high value with the track speed below the braking peak braking effort speed with the shorting out of the position portion of the dynamic braking grid, thereby decreasing the braking grid resistance as a result of the increase of the braking grid current. The DE or the extended range of the dynamic braking control module monitors the traction motor of the field current signal and the braking grid current signal that initiates a pickup of the dynamic braking grid shorting contactors whenever the ratio of the brake current grid current signal is to the field current signal with otherwise IGIF is decreased below the predetermined level. Dynamic braking grid protection module, the DG or the dynamic grid module 100 we extend the detector state with the output state with the detector state with the current minus the grid current with the grid voltage of the positive signal provided from the detector of the output state with the ratio of the grid voltage to the grid current rise above the predetermined value. This was positive with the output state with the result of the removing the excitation from the main generator and the 8 contactors is also to drop out with the protect the braking grid from the burnout due to the overheating. Motor temperature simulator module. The motor temperature simulator module MS100 provides the signals to pin 26 of the load control module, the LC100 with the result of the higher performance of the during the low track speed with the traction motor temperature with the below 170 degrees Celsius and with the gradually reduce the performance normal of the traction motor temperature increases to 180 degrees Celsius with the allow for the extra pulling and the power of the motor for the air cooler and protect the motor with the reducing pulling power when the motors are hot. Motor feedback module. The motor feedback module FM100 monitors the current of each of the traction motor develops single proportional loss of the lowest motor current with the highest of the motor current with the lowest motor current above 75 amperes with an average motor with the current with the FM module. Use the signal with the provide with the power locked up with the wheel protection. Open the motor circuit to indicate for the drive with the load indication meter. Governor control module. The governor control module provides the interface of function with the throttle switch for the LC module with the governor speeding of the setting of the solve during the power operation. The GC The GC module also provided the interface between the dynamic braking and the 21T circuit with the given governor speed with the setting of the solenoids during the dynamic braking operation. Load control module. The throttle signal with the load regulator similar applied with the LC with the module with the 10 with the current limit, the voltage limit with the kilowatt limited reference signal with each with the throttle position. The LC module uses the generator output with the current with the voltage signal to develop the current voltage kilowatt feedback signals. The LC module compared with the feedback signal with the limiting reference for the signal. The SE module is removed with any with one of the feedback signal with the 10 with the rise above with the respective limit to reference for the signal. The remove the signal from the SE module. Remove the gating pulse from the silicone control rectifier with assembly of the SCR. Remove the gating pulse with the lock excitation with the main generator of the field, which result in the decrease of the main generator output. The gating signals are reapplied when all the feedback signals decrease below the respective limiting reference signal of the generator feedback module. The EN100 module established with the creep limit by limiting the main generator output voltage of the value proportional with the true track speed with the plus of the allowable wheel creep. Percentage of the allowable wheel creep chain with the F of the track speed chain with the allowable wheel creep at 30 miles an hour per hour is about 9% of the decrease, about 3% of the 100 miles per hour. Assume that the main generator output the voltage of the 1,000 volts of the true track speed of the 50 miles per hour with no wheel creep at 1,060 volts of true track speed with over 50 miles per hour with a 6% creep. Assume that the maximum wheel creep is limited to 6% with its 50 miles per hour. Therefore, the main generator output of the voltage is limited to 1,060 volts at 50 miles per hour. The EN module. The engine module opens with the sensor striking with the reducing excitation of the main generator output, with the voltage rising to 1,160 volt with the true track speed, 50 miles per hour. Therefore, the engine module limits the wheel creep to the maximum 6% of the 50 miles per hour, limiting the main generator output voltage of the value proportional to true track speed plus allowed wheel creep. Excitation limited module. The excitation limited module EL100 module for the main generator. The excitation current with the provided with a single opening with the sensor stringing of the LC module. And this excitation current with the rise of the predetermined level of operator opening of the sensor string with the remove of the excitation from the main generator, the breadth of the large inductive of the main generator field, the winding prevent the sudden of the collapse of the field, the excitation current with the decrease below the predetermined level of the sensor string close, reapply the excitation current, but therefore the excitation is regulated around the predetermined level. The wheel overspeed. Your wheel overspeed module along with the drag speed with the excitation limiting module EL100 limits the main generator field current with the desired maximum level of the track speed, increases above the predetermined speed with the wheel overspeed module WO100 provided the recalibration signal with the EL100 module with the recalibration EL100 module result of the limiting main generator field contactor field current with the low level of wind with the track speeds above the predetermined speed with at some higher track with the speed with the wheel. The wheel overspeed module operates with the dropout with the equipment relay with the prevent of the wheel overspeed. The sensor module. Sanding module SA100 provides the signal with the applicable sanding magnet value. The automatic sanding signal with the emergency sanding signal is then applied with the sanding module. The sanding module will respond with the manual sanding of the signal with the manual sanding lever with the leading the truck and the sand switch with the transfer of the super seer with the mode of the operation provided with the truck speed with the below with the 5 miles per hour with the provided with the application of the sand increase of the adhesion with the starting out with the stand from a standstill. Your voltage regulator module. The voltage regulator module VR is the solid state of the voltage regulator designed with the maintain output with the auxiliary generated within plus or minus 1 volt of the set point with the voltage regulator module is also usually adjusted with the nominal output of the voltage 74 volts from the auxiliary generator and can be adjusted for any of the output between 71 and 77 volts. The voltage regulator may maintain the output within plus or minus 1 volt with the set point auxiliary generator's rotating speed between 825 to 3,000 RPMs. Any load between no load, full rated load, or within the temperature range of negative 40 degrees and 80 degrees Celsius. Alright, moving on. Your subject standard method of cutting out the dynamic brake units, F7, the GP7, the GP9, the GP30, the GP35, the SC24, SD35, and the SC45. Your type unit, and followed by the, then I'll read for a single unit removal, and with a whole combination on lead unit only removal. The GPS and GP9, GPS7 and the GP9, and a single unit removal, remove the LRP relay, C-Note 1. For a whole combination lead unit only, remove the raise the second finger from the bottom of the transition lever drum. C-Note 2. GP30, the SD 17D wire for the micro switch with the 10 second with the TDR traction delay relay. C-Note 3, that was GP30 with single unit wire. For a whole combination lead unit only, remove the B wire with the 2 D terminal of the selector handle switch. See sketch 1. GP35. The single unit removal, the SD17D9 wire with the micro switch relay on 10 sec with the traction delay relay on C04, and then on whole combination lead and only remove the 17X wire with the D terminal of the selector handle switch and see sketch 1. SD24, the S17A with the wire from the A micro switch switch on 10 seconds with the time traction delay relay or time delay relay. Let's check that out real quick. I'll just check the abbreviations. I printed them out. I'm kind of just transition delay relay. Your transition delay relay. So SD24, the B2 wire with the D terminal over the selector handle switch. See sketch 1. SD35, the 17DS wire with an A micro switch for the 10 second and the transition delay relay. Transition delay relay. 17 and multiple whole combination lead unit only remove with the SD35 17XY with a D terminal selector switch handle switch. The SD45 single unit remove one for a single unit remove. The 17 T6 wire from the F1 over the GFR, which is some kind of ground field relay. See sketch 2, 17XY with a terminal selector handle switch for your whole combinations and lead unit only remove. Sketch 1 shows your shield, shunt, throttle, ABCD voltage, your SH shield reverse forward handled, and SH then your ground GFR would be your ground field relay over here in sketch 2. Let's see if we can't back out of this. Alright, this is the excitation system wheel slip relay. So SE would be DE was your extended dynamic braking control range. Your dynamic braking regulating module wheel slip. RC would be rate control module. EL excitation elimination mode throttle. TH. D for this would be some kind of dynamic 14. SB SB sensor bypass module. GX generator excitation module. GV generator voltage module. SE sensor module. SB sensor bypass module. PF performance control module. GPT1 general potential transformer 1 and 2, and TR your transition control relay. That's your excitation simplified block diagram. Or only this page only on normally open contacts have been drawn with the normally closed. All normally closed contacts over there have been drawn as normal. Show the power contact resistor 24 push contactor buttons, and then this shows the GP30 direction control. Diodes on the right column. You'll see your resistor diode. And then breaks in between their single brakes, load contactor, control breaker. These are the push buttons. All right, your control fuel pump. You'd have you'd have your SF. And I don't know what this BFA. Let's see what BFA means. Anyways, ground BWR, brake relay SF, shield front, terminal board, wheel slip 1 and 2, wheel slip, TMCO, traction motor cutout, brake wheel relay, shunting field, brake free, wheel slip relays, TR. Transition relay, ground, rheostat, brake, and then 1 through 8, push button, general field, power contract, pneumatic control relay, throttle idle, control the fuel pump. Alright, this would be your picture of, let's just look at this as your main control panel, fuel switch panel, power contactors, and this would be another picture of your power controls. Alright, this is on your left bank. You have a rheostat of 1, 2, and 3, a test positive negative jack, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 11 and 12, and your right bank. Another picture of, shows resistor 10 and 9 and 8 and 21. Resistors all up the side are ERE, CR control rectifier, WS wheel slip, wheel control relay, wheel slips, 1324. And ground, the GFR. Alright, this shows your auxiliary generator at 150 amps, shunt amps starting at 400 amps. Your battery switch, auxiliary general field switch, fuse 30, alternate field 60 amps, battery field 60 amps. Fuse testing, circuit breaker control, locomotive controls, fuel headlights, cab heater, ATC, turbo, pump, radio, signal light, loop. Alright, resistors all at the top, CA capacitors, BPR, DRR, so IR, LOR, brake wheel relay, TDP, OCP, shield fuel, and then alright, you have your emergency fuel cutoff switch, your ammeter, hot engine, no power, low oil, turbocharged ground relay, traction cutout steel, selection switch, headlights, control switch, lights, backlights, front cab lights, limited, switch, fuel pump, engine switch, engine stop, ground set, relay, ice insulation switch, rectifier, 74 volts DC, shunt voltage 1, 2, and 3, and 4, throttles 1 through 8, throttle stops 5, 6, 3 through 8, 5 through 8, shield, SHH, it should be selector handle switch, reverse selector handle switch, 3 through 8 and 5 through 8, reverse selector handle switch, throttles 2, 4, 6, and 8, rheostat, 50, bottom view, light backward, pneumatic control switch, wheel switch, battery wattage, armature generator, LMR, and rheostat, switches for your control, and fuel pump, generator fields, engine running, generator, and GA. Governor auxiliary headlight, rear, front, and back, rheostats 1 through 51 through 53, switch headlight director, control area, light switch. You have your motor valves, your compressor control switches, and the plugs, followed by a rectifier 74 volts capacitor, CR rectifier, CRO, compressor relay, terminal board 1 and 2, and then A and C, 1, 2, 3, control rectifier. Alright, here's what it looks like. You'd have reverse forward 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then that goes through 2 signal capacitor adjuster, capacitor diode, resistor, with the AB, the A looks for a push brake, and they all are 75 watts, and motor cutout 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Reverse forward switching, and double pole switches forward and reverse, RE, and then reverse forward switch 2, 3, and direct jump, direct braking, RV forward, dynamic, and then 2 pole switch to the motors. GP38, general field delay, ground relay, and then rheostat, and then over here ground field switch relay on THS, throttle handle switch, ground field relay, diode, motor 1, shows the different ground, your reverser and forwarder. And then this is another panel, like we just said, the front view, and then the rear view, car by side, and then front view, AC cabinet. See if we can get to more reading. We're going to cut the tape as soon as we get out of this. A lot of diagrams. This is negative. Shows a motor, reverse pot forward, position motor, position, brake transfer control, reverse control, brake transfer control, reverse controller, and then this one shows the power circuit, contactor delay relays, and then an LSC, which would be your locomotive spotting control, MB, motor brake transfer switch, reverser 1, level 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and RV, which would be directional transfer switch, and then power contactors, parallel power contactors 1 through 4, EQP, equipment protective relay, ground generator field decay contactor, GFD, wheel overspeed module, EL, and then the EL excitation limited module, MR. Motoring relay, and then the next one would be MFC. MFC would be probably motor fuel cutout, braking one, and then this shows these neat ones. Alright, first schematic, refer to page 12. Alright, and we're going to cut the tape here. Let me see if we go a little bit. We'll cut the tape here. Alright.